Hello and welcome to the Darkest Zone. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about the game Diablo 4. I've got two articles here I want to go over. And the first one is Seasons Explained. Diablo 4 Seasons Explained. This article came out from Game Rant yesterday around 6 p.m. I was hoping to do it yesterday, this video, but today's the day I'm doing it. So Diablo 4... I don't need to give you the descriptor. Most people know what Diablo 4 is because it's been in the marketplace for, a couple weeks now, over a week. So we'll just go down to the explained part of this article. Perhaps the easiest way to start understanding seasons is to use Season 1, which is set to begin in mid-July. As an example, upon the start of the season, players that have already completed the campaign. So you have to complete the campaign with the core game first before you'll have access to the season content. We'll have the ability to create a new character that can be used to access the seasonal content. This content will take the form of new quest lines, mechanics, and Blizzard will also certainly reveal more specific details about the seasons when they about to showcase them or actually put them in the game. So basically what it comes down to is you got the core game and you have whatever character you decided to do the core game with, the campaign. Once you complete the campaign, then you'll have access to go into the seasons, which then requires a new character each time. So you'll have to start from scratch every season if you want to use seasonal content. Now, if you want to continue playing the guy that you use for the campaign, you can. Nothing stops you from doing that. But you'll run out of things to do. Like right now, I'm 95 right now, and I don't have anything to do in the normal campaign. I've done it all. I've done every quest line. I've done everything they've asked us to do in the game. I've done it, and I'm level 95. And I'll tell you what, the game's gotten really boredom has set in for me. So I'm looking for new content. I'm not looking for having to redo my character again, but I'm looking for new content. So let's scroll down here. Additionally, the season content will feature 100-tier battle pass that fans can, and they call their gamers fans, I guess, in this article. Gamers are fans. That's what they're saying here. Fans can work through with their new character in order to obtain cosmetic items and smoldering ashes. And currently that can be used to unlock and upgrade seasonal bonuses called seasonal blessings. Notably, players that want to have access to all 100 tiers of rewards will need to purchase a premium battle pass for $10. So that's what gets me with battle passes. Not only are, in my opinion, they seem to not cater to the majority of what people want. I mean, battle passes are a niche thing for me. I mean, many games I've played that have battle passes, I don't pay for the battle pass. The people that want the uber cosmetics and want the whole 100 tiers always pay. So for me, battle passes are just a way so Blizzard Entertainment can milk another $10 out of you every 3 months. And what gets me is they already charge $70 for a game. And people are like, Tarkus, they'll be giving us free content. They'll be giving us all this new add-on. Free content? You paid for it already. This game, wet, all in. In Vermont, we call that what you weigh when you're soaking wet. I mean, that's all in. You can't weigh anymore. They milked you. This game was maybe worth $20 out of the box. For what I got out of the game, it was worth $20 out of the box. But yet they charged us $79 for the game. So when you tell me, Tarkus, they're going to give us all this new content in the future, I'm like, dude, they should have given it on day one for what they charged for this game. And then they want to milk another $10 out of you. Now, you can play the Battle Pass for free. It goes on to say that all of them, the Battle Pass will be available for free, but you only can do 27 tiers. So you play for the Battle Pass for free, and you only can do 27 tiers. And then if you shell out $10, you can do the whole 100 tiers. What do you think people are going to do? What do you think people are going to do if they're remaining with the game? They're obviously going to pay the extra $10, and that's what Blizzard Entertainment is counting on. So they're just milking. For life of me, I don't understand the reason the Battle Pass is. Now, I had bought the Uber edition to the game, so I get the first season for free. I'm going to do the first season, and I'm done with the game. To me, and we'll go into the next article that kind of explains my point of view in the next article we're going to about to read. So, with respect to how fans will progress through the Battle Pass, the season's journeys will play an important role. Essentially, the season journey will be a series of objectives that look to get players engaged with the seasonal content, and they will receive Battle Pass progress, crafting materials, legendary aspects, and other rewards as they complete it. Fans will also advance through the Battle Pass by defeating monsters, completing quests, and performing other actions. All right. So the seasons are going to be approximately 3 months, and then you got to start over again. So everything in my brain is telling me, Tarkus, why on earth would you want to do this? So every 3 months I start over, and everything I did prior to that doesn't make it. Yeah, yes. Granted, they say that your character from the seasonal content will go into the same realm as your first character, so you'll be able to collect your characters over time, and you'll always be able to go play them in the campaign world that I discussed earlier. But what's the point? They're not adding anything to that world, so it's just go to look at your character. I mean, I don't understand. I get the fact that Diablo had done this kind of season rollout with Diablo 3, but you got to remember, folks, that they sold more copies of Diablo 4 than any other copies of Diablo combined. Most of the player base in Diablo 4 are new to the genre. Most of them didn't understand this was the case. Most of them assumed, because it was a Blizzard game, that it was constant progression, that you play the same character until you get bored with it, and then you create another one if you want. And that's what this other article is about. Because Blizzard has been listening to these folks on their Twitter account. Diablo fans threaten to abandon the game if Blizzard doesn't change how the Battle Pass work. And more or less, I read a lot of these Twitter feeds. There were people that didn't do research on the game because they just were like, oh, Diablo 4, my buddy's playing it. I see it on TV. Whoopi Goldberg's talking about it. Let me go buy it. And then they play it, and then they find out about oh my goodness, you got to redo your character every 3 months. Diablo 4 players have discovered that to play the upcoming Season 1 content, they'll have to create entirely new characters, and have started voicing their displeasure at the idea of sharing their intent to leave the game behind should Blizzard Entertainment not change this. Now, Tarkus is 100% out. After Season 1, I will never return to this game as it sits now. I'm out. There are people that are big Diablo fans that believe the seasonal, redo, fresh content, and for all their arguments and all their suggestions, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. For me, I like progression games. World of Warcraft was one of them. Rift was one of them. Arcade was one of them. Black Desert Online. Even Lost Ark. People are saying, oh, this type of genre game always does seasons and resets. Well, Lost Ark didn't. Lost Ark has full progression. So I would suggest, if you're thinking about getting Diablo, go play Lost Ark, because that is full progression. They don't gimp you every 3 months and says, look, if you want to play our new content, you're going to have to start over. And by the way, you better give us another $10 if you want full pleasure from it. It's like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. It's beyond the pale for me to understand why Diablo thought. And I know Diablo said they were thinking about doing this model, but everyone that I spoke to in my orbit, everybody said, well, no, hopefully do the Diablo Immortal, how they did that, which I guess was better. I never played it. So people were hoping that it would go another way. People were hoping that the reset characters over a certain amount of time was a thing of the past. And anyone that's in my orbit that bought the game are all bitter because they spent $70 for nothing. I've got guys who were 50th level, heard about this, and uninstalled the game that day because they don't see the point of it. Okay, so Diablo 4 was always going to work this way, even announcing months ago the requirements to play these upcoming content being to finish the main campaign once and create new characters. However, this new release has become the first experience for a large amount of players new to the series, and the implementation of the Battle Pass is not going well for them. some of the most vocal fans have warned Blizzard that there isn't a chance that this format will be accepted by a large majority of the player base. Based on what I've seen from polls, based on what I have seen from Twitter, yeah, I think Blizzard Entertainment got you your $80 and don't give a poop about what you care about, because they got their money, they're already to the bank, they don't really care. And in whatever people that stay with the game, they know they're going to get another $10 out of them every 3 months, and that's all they really care about. For the majority of people that were new to the genre, new to the game, go play Lost Ark. That's all I can say to you. I know it's an Amazon brand, but it's free to play. They're not going to milk you. They're not going to milk you $80 to go play a game that people would assume would just continue going with the same character. And you can go to Twitter and follow these. I'll put these links down in my comments below. Even after the producer of the series made an appearance to explain how the system is going to work, other players admitted that they aren't too attracted to the idea of starting a new character from scratch every season and repeating the grind every 3 months. Others still have shared their worries that the system would invalidate all of the progress they worked towards since launch, even feeling like they're losing their characters once the transferred to the permanent Eternal Realm. That's what it's going to happen is once the season comes out, your character you had been playing will go to this Eternal Realm, and that's where it'll sit. And my understanding is no updates are done to the Eternal World. It is what it is. It's the core game that you bought for $80 with no add-ons, no downloadable content, no nothing. And then the question was, is if I buy skins or get cosmetics for my character for the season, does those cosmetics carry over to the other season? And what we understand, they don't. So even the content you're earning within the season, you'll be locked out of once the other new season comes in. Your guy will go to your seasonal character goes to the Eternal Realm with all those nice cosmetics you got through the Battle Pass, and you'll never use them again because the new Battle Pass won't allow that content to be in. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. But it is what it is. I mean, I am a person that plays a lot of games. I play a lot of games across the board, and I did enjoy Diablo. I have enjoyed my experience, but it's done for me. Once I complete Season 1, because it came with my pre-order copy, I'll be out. There's no way Tarkus will ever come back to this game after Season 1. Okay, and you can go to Twitter and read for yourself what people are talking about here. So it's basically these two articles were explaining how the Battle Pass work. And again, I'll put the description, the links in the description below, and then those people that are not happy. Now, I know there's hardcore Diablo fans that love it this way. They love it this way, and people have told me, Tarkus, you should have done your research first. I said, I did. I was just hoping they weren't going to go down this rabbit hole. I was hoping they would pull their heads out of their asses and know that the majority of the people that are buying their game today have never played their game in the past. And there was a gentleman I talked to on Discord yesterday. When I explained this to him, he says, you're joking me. I said, no, this is how it's going to work. He goes, there's no way. And then he went and researched it. Then he sent me a tell. He goes, I just uninstalled the game and asked for a refund. But he had only bought it that day. He had bought it like 8 hours prior. And he's like, I'm asking for a refund because this is stupid. And I'm like, I agree with you. I think it is kind of stupid, but he might get his refund. I don't know. He's really angry because he's like, he never heard of such. When he thought I was punking him when I told him about needing to reset and do a new character every season and do the grind over every 3 months. He thought I was punking him. And when I showed him a link to the information, he was like, dude, I just uninstalled the game and I just requested a refund. I was like, I don't blame you. And honestly, I would have never bought the game if I knew this was the rabbit hole they were going down to. I knew that they had said they were going to do it this way, but with the way their development team has been for this game, they've been really quiet and they've been changing a lot of things one way or another. So it could have gone either way. Or at least let your main character move to the seasons. And if you choose to want to use that character over and over again, you should be allowed to. But they didn't do that. So here we are. You can see most of these articles that I've been reading, people giving thumbs down. Anytime Diablo is getting explained by the seasons, the thumbs down. And then if you go to the fan ones, you got 41 where the fans don't like the Battle Pass, that they want to leave. You got everybody giving it thumbs up. So there's a majority. I mean, and then you go to the polls that you can see online, and everybody agrees that this is happy horseshit. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, and this has been the Darkest Zone.